Welcome back. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Today, I want to show you what I eat in a day, low oxalate edition. After my last video, someone reached out to say it inspired them to talk to their family about healthier choices. So if you are also on a health journey, I want to share 4 tips and touch on oxalate. With many things, my approach is balance, not restriction, awareness, but not worrying. I am coming to you with my experience, current understanding, and I am not an expert. I am simply passionate about food, wellness, imagination, and of course, music. Today, you will see me evaluate some of my choices in real time and realize some were better than others. Oxalate. What's that? To briefly go over the chemistry, oxalate or oxalic acid is formed in the body and also found in foods that we eat. Oxalic acid combines with ions like calcium and iron to form oxalate crystals, which are then passed through the body. The issue is when we have too much oxalic acid, it can form kidney stones, weak bones, and bring sleep and digestive issues, among others. Since it is found in a variety of plants, it is good to be aware of which plants have higher amounts, limit consumption of those plants, and of course do certain things to help your body digest, process, and release. Therefore, if you are vegan, plant-based, or even someone who eats a lot of plants, this could affect you more than people who eat meat and dairy in their diet. Now, here's the thing. Some people will eat plenty of high oxalate foods their whole life and never have any issues, and others will. The daily suggested amount is 150 milligrams, and if you are in a high-risk category, it could be 50 milligrams. So before we get the 4 tips and continue to educate ourselves, it's disclaimer time. This content is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified healthcare providers with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition, situation, or entanglement. Tip number 1, grace. Allow yourself some grace as you figure things out. When I started looking into oxalate, I found so much conflicting information, but over time, I found sources I believe to be more reliable. Start your research, take your time, and don't overwhelm yourself. My goal isn't zero, but reduction. Eliminating too quickly can potentially be hard on your body, and that leads me to tip number 2, amount. You can reduce your current intake of a higher oxalate food and find the best alternative. I switched from onion powder to fresh onion, black pepper to white, red bell pepper to red, almonds to walnuts, and I did let go of a few things like spinach, carrots, and beets, but found some of them in my supplements in smaller amounts, as you'll see. Cacao powder is high in oxalate. If you use a small amount of chocolate milk in a smoothie, add vanilla milk and another juice, then you've reduced your intake of cacao. If you usually have 100 grams of raspberries, which is about 20 individual raspberries, try having half of that, which is only 10 milligrams of oxalate, and add a low oxalate berry like blueberries. Also, soaking, boiling, and draining peas, boiling asparagus, or Brussels will drastically reduce oxalate. I have found lower oxalate alternatives to foods that work for me. I use a dairy and nut-free milk Ripple, which is a blend of pea protein and sunflower oil. Both happen to be low oxalate. It's in many things, so reducing your amount is the best advice. And that leads to number 3. Help your body process and release. Just like in my Happy New Year's video, you can drink more water, have lemon juice, and have fermented foods like kefir and sauerkraut. Although the peels of lemons and limes contain a higher amount of oxalate, the juice is low in oxalate. In fact, lemon and lime juice are high in citrates, which can help your body process oxalates by binding together with calcium in its place. Remember the chemistry. You need to flush it out of your system. And finally, number 4, pay attention to your body. I still have not found the perfect balance and am exploring my options, but after reducing my oxalate content, I have personally noticed a difference. Today, I started out with organic peppermint tea. I previously showed you how I make fresh organic mint lemon tea, and mint is very low in oxalate. I'm also getting my dinner ready by soaking a cup of dried chickpeas, also known as garbanzo beans, and very low in oxalate. I ended up drinking a lot of water today. I'm starting off with a gallon of alkaline water and will be cooking with spring water. Like I've said in other videos, drink the water you have access to. For breakfast, I always have a smoothie. I recently discovered this banana collard green smoothie, which is what I'm having today. I ended up using a cup and 3/4 of vanilla ripple milk, a third of a banana, and of course, collard greens, all low in oxalate. Honestly, I would have preferred even less greens because this was a lot of fiber. When you are eating a lot of plants, you need to be sure to not have too much fiber for better digestion. When you eat more meat, which is generally no or low fiber, you may need to have more fiber for the best digestion. So again, pay attention to the amount of not just oxalate, but other nutrients and how your body responds. And I had my first cup of water while I was making my green smoothie. And next, I had supplements and vitamins. I had vitamin C, B12, and D, and my second cup of water. These Goli gummies taste so good, I have to make sure I only have the suggested amount, which is 1 to 2 up to 3 times a day. They provide you with one form of B12 that is also found in nutritional yeast, and it's different from the B12 spray. Apple cider vinegar is very low in oxalate and can help your body process it. Goli has citric acid that can work in a similar way to lemon and lime juice. Even though these gummies contain a small amount of carrots for color and beets, which are higher in oxalate, I believe the benefits outweigh any issues, and there must be a very small amount in these. It's my third cup of water. Third cup of water. After my hot third cup of musical water, I'm checking out my chickpeas, which are flourishing, enjoying a good soak before dinner. And this is where the gallon is at. So today I got a little distracted and am having lunch later than expected, or else I would have had a bigger breakfast. When you wait too long to eat, you might just get something that's quick and a little rushed. So I'm quickly preparing a low oxalate lunch with an arugula side salad, ripe avocado, red bell pepper, tomato, cucumber, onion, grapeseed oil, salt, lemon, kelp, and seasonings. The chopped squash, tomato, and red bell pepper, and onion I'll saute in grapeseed oil, sea salt, and seasonings. Yes, I'm on my fourth cup of water, and I see my chickpeas are expanding. Need more water, and I'll sit them in the fridge. So, I am about to fire this up. I added spring water, grapeseed oil, sea salt, ginger, kelp, oregano, thyme, and fennel seeds. While this is on low, let's check out what's in the oven. I've got my favorite just mung bean egg. Thankfully, mung beans are low in oxalates. Bread is moderate. All right, so there's some mint leaves. I just remembered I had some mint leaves and water in the fridge. So this is going to be my salad. I'm going to take this and put it on the arugula and shake that up. And then I am going to have some lemon mint water with it. And now I'm on my 5th cup of water. And now I'm adding nutritional yeast for the tart flavor, B vitamins, and other benefits. Great. So I got that. And I just wanted to show you for the lemon, I get some of the actual pulp of the lemon. I get some of that lemon pulp, not just the juice. That's what that is in there. I'm gonna put that in there. Boom. So this is the final look. I've got some sauteed veggies, a little patty of mung egg. I've got caraway and sourdough bread. This is the salad with avocado and mint leaves, and then I've got some mint leaf lemon warm water. Let's eat. I've been at this moment for a while because goodness, it's a lot of food. I might not be able to eat it all. Oh my gosh. More water. Man, I'm drinking a lot of water today. Let's see where I'm at. Definitely past the half-gallon situation. Boom. More water with mint and lemon. It's time for one of my favorite snacks. Yes, sweet potato puffs. Sweet potatoes do have some oxalate in them, but that's why I'm drinking lemon water and having probiotics. I'm sipping half and half pear ginger kefir with organic light lemonade and more snacks. So yeah, it's about to be dinner time, and I am on my 6th cup of water. Wow, look at the before and the after. This is definitely the after. Um, these chickpeas grew. The ones at the bottom are still like a little bit small, but yeah, let's turn that around because it's clearly not tomato sauce. So yeah, when I started, this was what, a cup, which grew to all this, and the suggested serving is a 1/4 cup, so I will have a 1/4 of this in my meal tonight. So I have never cooked rice in this kind of pan before, but hey, why not? So I've got the rice going, I've got the garbanzo beans going, and I'm gonna have rice, garbanzo beans, collards, mushroom, and I'm gonna top it with some fresh tomato and avocado lemon with some seasonings. So I finally figured out what I want for dinner, and I'm making dinner early. I'm not super hungry, but I know from my double snack situation that clearly it is time to get ready. I'm going to add some soaked walnuts to my meal. I'm having a 1/4 cup. So we've got a little potassium, a little iron, a little calcium, 4 grams of protein, 23% of my daily value of fat, and some fiber. So this is about a 1/4 cup at least. Walnuts and brown rice are low to moderate in oxalate. My chickpeas are ready. This is a 1/2 cup. I'll use a 1/4 for dinner. Finally, a meal I am excited by. So this is what happens when you make dinner early and you're not rushed and cooking while hungry. I'm sure some of you can relate. This meal is seasoned with creativity, love, and a hint of I've got time. I love how simple it is. Yes, it's low oxalate and it smells so good. I'm super excited for dinner. I've got collards, I've got rice and chickpeas, and I've got onion and mushroom, and I'm going to use some of the rice water. Save a little rice water for it. And then we're going to turn this down, stir it up. Now I'm adding the walnuts. I usually buy kelp and dulse, which are like cousins of seaweed. They have a good amount of iodine, which is very important if you don't use regular salt that already has iodine added to it. I am using kelp, but I actually prefer the taste of dulse. It's slightly more neutral. Both of them, the taste is salty meets sea. I bought both on super sale and they've lasted a long time and have a fairly long shelf life. A little more rice water, and then just turn it down, let it simmer. This looks like a whole lot of food. Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna let this stay on low and warm, and then I'm gonna chop up some tomato bits and what else? Avocado? Oh, yum. Yes. I threw some avocado and lemon on top, and I've got more in the pan. So I'm gonna cover that. I'm gonna eat this and even more water. Oh my gosh, this was really good. Only thing is I wish the walnuts were a little bit softer. I didn't soak them that long. But yeah, I could have cooked them a little bit more so they were softer, but you know, it's a little different texture. Yeah, definitely ate that. Very good, very good. And then I've got a little bit of lemonade with some peppermint tea. So a hot peppermint lemonade. There's definitely a lot of water in that cup, and then I added some light lemonade. When I drink water like this, it just tastes a lot cleaner than just the average spring water. Even these gallon jugs that they put alkaline water in, it tends to be a better quality than the regular ones. And you can definitely taste the plastic in the regular ones. If you get used to these and then you go back to the regular ones, you notice a difference. So I'm looking forward to being able to filter my own water and seeing what that will be. And then every night I have my thermal here because I sleep with water next to me.